What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first ever Divine Union Twin Flame Beloved reading between the masculine and the feminine energies. This is the first of many, many videos I feel my channel will be moving towards for the collective in love and in life. And remember, the purpose here, if you're new, is to guide you in the areas of love and life because we believe love is the most powerful catalyst towards growth and transformation and helping you step into your soul purpose here on Earth. Okay. Our mission here at Science of the Soul and Stars is to empower 10,000 light workers or more to step into their divine soul purpose via the vehicles of tarot and astrology. And so if you'd like to join the mission, hit that subscribe button and join the soul family. We'd love to have you. If you do find this video impactful, please hit that like button as well. It helps this video and channel grow so we can guide more people. Now, welcome everyone. This is again a first time collective love reading for the Twin Flame Beloved Divine Union and the current state of energies. What I've found here in all of my horoscope readings is that there's I'm either picking up energy from the Divine Masculine from the sign or the Divine Feminine, right? So there's certain signs, about half and half, of course, that are mostly Divine Feminine energies that are coming through in the guidance. And then the other half is the Divine Masculine. And I go, oh, so now I start to know, right? Although I still keep it fresh every time, but I start to recognize which signs are representative at that current time of the Divine Feminine or the Divine Masculine. Now, of course, they switch back and forth and they change and nothing stays the same. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because I realized I could just simplify all of that instead of having to do all 12 signs all the time by making a beloved twin flame collective love reading and just show the state of the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine and how they're coming together right now and what the universe has to say between that union. So anyways, this was my realization of the night on the full moon of December 29th. That's the night we're filming. And I thought I'd share that with you guys and see if you like and resonate and enjoy the potential new direction of the channel that it can take. So let's go ahead and get into it. What's going to happen today is we're going to do two sides to the reading. We're going to do the Divine Masculine here. We're going to do the Divine Feminine here. And then we're going to do one row in the middle that's separating you two right now. And then one row from the universe. Okay, that is basically universal guidance or final outcome at this time. Whatever you need to know for your highest good. Okay, so we're going to get the energies for both. Now, in order to know if you're representing the Divine Feminine or Masculine, most people watching this channel will probably resonate with the feminine side. However, what I've realized, and the reason I'm starting to make these videos is because if you are truly in a divine partnership, okay, with someone who is, for your highest good and your highest growth, you two will actually bounce back and forth as well as share the same lessons and mirror each other in those same lessons. So let's say one of you goes through a certain set of lessons or themes, right, in the union. The other one will then go through that same lessons and themes and realize that they're going through the same thing, it just appears differently. So just keep that in mind as we talk about the different energies and the primary aspect of them. They're actually reflective of both sides. Something I just realized really today is that both sides are learning these same lessons, okay? It just appears like they're not and appears like they're separate and different. But then what I found is the other side or the opposite energy will then realize that they're going through the same thing, interestingly. So just realize if there's something that, let's say I'm talking about the Divine Masculine, you're the Divine Feminine, they're going through a lesson. Just see and feel if that lesson that they're going through that I'm talking about for them will resonate with you as well, and vice versa, right? It could be the case. So especially if you're in, again, divine union, especially the beloved union, the union that I channel for most often, they're equal. They're equal but opposite energies, and so it may not be spiritually, like vibrationally equal, but it's equal in a different way, right? Maybe in terms of just the practicality or the logic or the intellect or the ability to make stuff happen here on Earth versus the understanding of the esoteric and spiritual world, that kind of thing, right? So anyways, yeah, take it as it resonates, but do definitely have an open mind when it comes to either side about how you could be appearing, because if you're female, you could be representing the divine masculine, and vice versa. If you're male, you could be representing the divine feminine. A way to know this, and then I promise I'll shut up again to the reading, but a way to know this is to find your south node. What I've realized is in unions, south node, especially right now, okay, in these past life unions, the south node will tell you what energy you're probably showing up as, the divine feminine or the masculine primarily. Not to say you don't have aspects of both. So, for example, my south node's in Cancer in the 9th. So I show up as, in these unions, as the divine feminine, even though I'm masculine. Right? So that's just kind of how it works. So check out the polarity of the sign that your south node is in, and that's how you can know. All right, let's just get into it because I've talked way too long. So let's open the ceremony, call in some guides, and then get some reading for the divine feminine masculine, and then what's separating you two, and what the overall outcome or what the universe has to say right now for you guys. All right. Opening the ceremony now, officially calling in my guides, angels, loved ones, masters, wise ones, and archangels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Anael. I call upon you now, and Uriel as well, Archangel Uriel. Please help me guide the collective in love and in life through this twin flame, beloved, divine masculine, divine feminine connection. Please allow us to see with clarity what is going on either side of the energy and to put together a clean, clear, and accurate story for me to tell for the collective, for their highest good and highest healing at this time. Thank you so much. Spirit, the ceremony is now open. All right. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So I'm going to start with the crowning card as always. So this crowning card will represent the dominant themes of the energies between you two right now, or the energy of the collective overall. And then we'll of course get into either of the sides, okay? And what I think I'm going to do too, I'm just going to go back and forth here and just build them at the same time, okay? So, Spirit, please allow us to gain a crowning card here for the energies between the divine masculine and divine feminine at this time. What are the dominant energies, the crowning card energies between the divine masculine and divine feminine at this time for the twin flame, beloved, and collective union? Page of Swords. Okay, moving on to different waters here. Movement away from a situation, I feel, and stubbornness, okay? Stubbornness to see the truth, stubbornness to recognize the real truth that lies deep inside, and the attempts to move away from a situation that seems to be frustrating, scary, or unnerving, and allowing the mind to make decisions at this time. Page of Swords. Now remember, this isn't just one person. This is the dominant energy between both of you guys, okay? So there might be things that you both are feeling frustrated about, a little bit stubborn about, and collectively between you two, it's not, this energy isn't allowing for the seeing and feeling the truth at this time, right? It's kind of right now allowing the mind to take over a little bit to lead you in a certain direction. That's probably necessary for some growth, some lessons, some realizations, but it's not allowing the truth to be seen fully at this time. Just know that, okay? All right, first card up for the divine masculine. Thank you, Spirit. What is the first card here for the divine masculine? What is the state of the divine masculine here? What is the state of the divine masculine? We have the Emperor card. Okay. So rising up and claiming his throne here. And I'm just going to refer to, again, masculine energy as a his and he, feminine as a she, but know that it's not gender related, okay? So claiming his energy here, claiming his throne, stepping into his power, also a little bit of stubbornness and power control here I'm sensing as well, okay? Feeling powerful and almighty, for sure, but really stepping into a league of his own, is what I feel here, or making the journey towards that, okay? Let's see where the divine feminine's at. Clarity for the Divine Feminine here. It's the first card up for the Divine Feminine. Eight of Swords. Interesting. So the Divine Feminine here is choosing not to see a truth at this time. Okay, so we have stubbornness from the Divine Masculine. We have the Divine Feminine choosing not to see a full truth at this time, having a little bit of a blindfold on, or maybe living in a little bit of fear around a potential scenario or situations that might or could happen. But overall, you can see here, right, Page of Swords, okay, Emperor, Eight of Swords. This is very much a little bit of stubbornness here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to, so I don't have to shuffle every time, I'm going to draw for the Divine Masculine and then draw for the Divine Feminine after shuffling. So let's just do that so we won't be here for 4 hours. All right. So Spirit, can you give me a reading here for the Divine Masculine? Where is the Divine Masculine at this time? Please share clearly the state of the Divine Masculine. Wow. So the Divine Masculine here, going through a little bit of a judgment, okay, from the Divine, from himself here. He's definitely got you on his mind, all right, his Divine Feminine. Wanting to feel that support, that growth, that empathy, that love coming from and emanating from his Divine Feminine. The Judgment card here, right, as you can see, you know, the Divine is stepping in here to take care of whatever needs to be taken care of in terms of the karma that's been going on between these two, the karma that's been going on between the Divine Masculine. I do feel that this is a decision here that's being made on the Divine Masculine's part, or needing to be made here, or that he's asking for guidance around. By the way, the Divine is involved here heavily on the Divine Masculine side. The Ace of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Interesting. So the energy here of wanting to move forward, wanting to move on, wanting to move past, okay, whatever decision or whatever judgment was made in the past here, and wanting to find a way, or maybe beginning to realize, okay, that there's more to this than meets the eye. But we have the last card up is the Death card here on the Divine Masculine side. In the middle of the spread, we have the Six of Swords. So I feel the Divine Masculine has made a decision to move forward, to re-engage with his body here, his spark, his passion, his drive. Has maybe put an end even to a situation, because Judgment and Death card could be saying no, putting an end to a situation and saying, you know, it's time to move forward, it's time to move on. But on the right side here, on his right side, or his left side, we've got the Queen of Pentacles with the Ten of Cups here. So I do feel like he might have said no, or is saying no, to an offer that is there in his mind and also tangibly from the Divine Feminine at this time. The Fool card on the bottom of the deck. So he is taking a launch outwards, right? Taking a leap of faith, taking a new path, some new steps outward into a new situation. I feel like he's taking a chance in a different direction at this time. Spirit, can we have clarity for the Divine Feminine side? What is the state of the Divine Feminine at this time? What is the state of the Divine Feminine at this time? Please show me clearly what is the state of the Divine Feminine. Justice. Three of Wands. Ace of Cups, the Wheel. Seven of Wands, the Empress. So the Divine Feminine might be really conscious of dealing with her karma right now. That might be coming up and through when it relates to love or this new love, a new love situation. She also may be in a space where she is, I'm hearing questioning, okay? Questioning whether or not she should stay in this or stay committed or continue to see the vision here. Or look elsewhere, right? She's kind of trying to decide within herself whether or not she should defend her previous position here after this change that happened on the Divine Masculine side. The Wheel of Fortune here says that something happened here that's much more in favor for the Divine Feminine in terms of fortune, or in terms of just the gifts, the goodness of what's going to come from the situation than maybe the Divine Masculine. But she does appear to be all up in her head a little bit about whether or not this love will be able to be potentiated. Okay. And the Empress here says she's being called to just simply receive and to manifest. Okay, that is how she truly can manifest what she needs and wants right now in her life. So she's trying to decide, I can sense she's trying to decide whether or not being in this right now is the best for her. Trying to defend against her own decision or previous commitment to this. Right? Because she knows that there's karma that's still being worked out. But I feel like she's learning how to manifest and receive here at this time. Now, underneath the Divine Feminine, we have the King of Pentacles. So I feel she could definitely be working on her stability, could be working on her ability to provide for herself and be independent, strong here. Let's take a look at the middle row. And the middle row, Spirit, will be what's separating these two right now at this time. What is separating the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine at this time? Seven of Swords. There's a truth that hasn't been told between these two. I feel on both sides. Okay? Right? If you're watching this, you might know or sense that the Divine Masculine is not sharing something, but maybe there's something too that you haven't said or shared completely. The true feelings about something or something that happened in the past between these two has not been fully shared. Page of Wands. And this has to do with, really, maybe while you guys were in union, wondering and imagining about different possibilities, or thinking the grass was greener on the other side and not being fully committed here. So there's karma around, I feel, for the Divine Feminine, a lack of commitment or her ability to commit, okay, fully. Especially because, right, these energies are here. So there might have been an energy of seeking elsewhere or being curious about elsewhere. And this could have been in the past, could be in the present. But there wasn't a full commitment here, from what I can see. For, sure, many reasons. Seven of Pentacles. So this is, I feel that in the situation, these two took each other for granted, didn't realize what they had, feel like they put in a lot of energy and it hasn't resulted in something that's tangible or successful yet. And, there's just there's kind of that feeling of like it's just getting tiring, right? To keep going with this and to not know or not to have a good harmonious solution between these two yet. It's that feeling of like, oh, just not worth it to keep going, right? So it's these feelings that are here. Plus the energy of wanting to explore, not telling the truth about having that urge or desire to want to explore different options, maybe while you guys were together in the past or even now. One more. Magician. Yeah, I mean, thinking that you could manifest, right? Both sides thinking that they could manifest something better, right? Something that was, I don't know, more fun, more engaging, more harmonious, more easy, all these types of things. There was that kind of secret kept that this just got too hard and thus resulted in a separation here. Let's see what the universe has. Universe, what do you have for advice and context between these two right now? The divine masculine, divine feminine. Some additional context for the divine masculine, divine feminine at this time. Ten of Pentacles, Chariot, Ten of Wands, the Devil, and the Two of Swords, yeah. And the Four of Pentacles. So there is a need here to let go of the burden of this, let go of the control of this, especially with the Four of Pentacles underneath the deck. Okay, letting go of the control of this, letting go of the burden of this right now, moving forward and focusing on, your finances, your abundance, your business, your wealth, these things. Moving forward strongly with that, letting go of the burden of this relationship right now. Because the devil is here and involved, and I feel the devil is not allowing this to progress in the way that it maybe you both or either of you would want it to progress. It's just blocking that right now. And Two of Swords is here, which is a restlessness or a crossroads. So I feel that both of you are unable to move forward in this because the darker energies that were present in you guys while you were together are coming out at this time to be recognized, seen, and expelled that would prevent you guys from being happy together right now. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah. Yeah. Because on the divine masculine side, I mean, clearly this is, him knowing and realizing and thinking that his feminine here, showing up as the Queen of Pentacles, wants a union right now, is able to be in a union, or thinks that she's able to be in a union. And him putting an end to this in some sort of way. For whatever reason. The divine feminine over here, all up in her head, I think I just spit a little bit, all up in her head about whether or not this can actually potentiate or manifest into something new. But instead, right, having to deal with a little bit of karma around maybe her lack of commitment in the past or even now to her truth or to this union, okay? So I do feel that there's kind of, I feel there's a choice on both sides to be made. I really do. Right, the divine masculine here considering, okay, because it is here, keep coming back to, it is here in his space, interestingly. But, looks like he's choosing a new beginning. He's choosing something else. He's choosing some new path right now. And that's okay. That's okay. Because remember, in these divine unions, it's not that when it's separate, But oftentimes in divine unions, they find a way to come back together because it's only a matter of doing the work to get to the truth within your soul and to clear out anything blocking yourselves from your real truth, so that when you do come back together, it can be much more harmonious and lead to true fulfillment. Okay. So in the midst of that process right now, I'm not going to lie to you, it's not the prettiest reading at all. I mean, there's non-truths being exposed here, or the feelings of not really knowing the truth about wanting to look outside of the union or to be not committed. Okay, this is something that happened. This is something that was there within the relationship that I feel has not been addressed yet between you two. Okay, and then taking the other for granted, taking each other for granted, and thinking you could manifest something better, right? But, you know, turns out I feel both of you probably realized, or you will realize in your time, that that's not quite the case. Let me clarify the page of, remember the Page of Swords was the crowning card. So again, this is kind of allowing the mind to make these decisions about what's best here. Just got the Nine of Wands pop up as well. Interesting. With the Queen of Cups. So someone here still needs time in order to get into their heart space. Someone there. Could be both of you guys. Okay. Oh my gosh, what card's just popping up? We have the Ace of Pentacles over here. Okay. So I feel the masculine here needs some time to get into his heart space. And the feminine here has work to be done when it comes to finances and career. Let's get some clarity for the Page of Swords. Clarity for the Page of Swords, please. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Tower card, and the Queen of Wands. Okay. And the Knight of Pentacles. So, yeah, there's stubbornness here. And someone here, okay, with the Tower card, the Queen of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, someone here is it's not even someone, because this is the overall crowning card. It's really both the feminine and the masculine at this time heading towards a big reset, I feel. And the big reset involves knowing exactly what you want, exactly who you are, and stepping up into your power to be able to claim it, the Queen of Wands energy. But it's going to take focusing here on each of your individual estates, each of your individual careers, jobs, and businesses in order to make that happen, or for that process to happen here. And that process will likely take time, because look, we have the King of Wands here underneath the deck. So yeah, I mean, I feel this is a lesson for both of you guys. I feel that the Knight of Pentacles here is representing the divine masculine, and the King of Wands. So he is learning to step up into his true divine masculine power, and the feminine is learning to know herself, be with herself, and step into what she wants even more strongly. But the lesson here, the outcome really, is to allow it to be let go of, allow it to be released, the burden of it. Because on both of your sides, it's so interesting. We have justice and judgment as the crowning cards on both the feminine and the masculine side, right? The masculine has the judgment, the feminine has the justice cards. These are just divine work, okay? Divine works going on both sides, okay? The masculine being judged, quote unquote, for his actions, his past, his choices, okay? Needing to make a decision around what he wants to do with all that, whether he wants to end that past and move forward or stay in it, okay? And the feminine here, I feel really with her choices as well, her karmic choices, okay? And trying to decide whether it's worth staying in this at this time. But ultimately needing to just let it go, surrender, and sit back into her Empress energy and just allow it to be for now. remembering in the middle, Seven of Swords, Page of Wands. So there was wandering eyes here. There was wandering paths, wandering souls here, taking the other for granted. So I feel this is what needs to be communicated. Eventually, I don't know when exactly, but one or both of you may be realizing that this has been happening, and at some point there'll be an opportunity to speak about it, but not sure when, of course. Let me just draw 3 final outcome cards here. So Spirit, can we get 3 final outcome cards for the state of this union? The Hierophant, the 3 of Cups, and the Ace of Swords with the 8 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Yeah. So it's not... I feel it's not time to have this come together at this time. The Hierophant, the 3 of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. So asking for guidance here. Asking for guidance and communication from the divine for the truth around if and when and how this can come back together, I feel. Yeah. Receiving spiritual insight into the situation will help greatly, and utilizing that for your strength and clarity, and for knowing when this can and will come back together. So, wasn't the prettiest reading, I would say, but a lot of good truths here to be shared. You know, I would guess it's definitely in separation right now, this union. And both of you are on each of your journeys. So that's what I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed this first ever Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, Twin Flame, Beloved, Collective Union reading. And let me know in the comments below if you like this type of reading, if there's anything else you'd want me to add in, and if you want to see them in the future. So thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.